Hi students, in this tutorial video I wanted to give you some more information about how to find and participate in your first Twitter chat. So here I have the assignment pulled up, and this is where I listed some of the most popular Twitter chats that I know are still active. I also did want to say that if you want to do a Google search of educational Twitter chats, you will be able to find some sites that are useful to you. This one, the Google site, this one has a calendar where you are able to find all kinds of chats that are related to education. I would select Central Standard Time, that way you know you're in the correct time zone. And you could go through here and let's say that you know you're going to have some free time on Monday evening. You could look through the chat here. You can see chats are had all during the day, but they're most popular in the evenings because they know that teachers and principals are home in the evening and able to chat then. So most of your chats are going to be in the evening. And I'll also say most chats are had earlier in the week. So Monday and Tuesday seem to be the really popular chat days, although you can find a Twitter chat any day of the week. Now, I have a problem with this website because in the past when I have assigned for students to find a Twitter chat to participate in, they have found that there are many inactive chats listed here. So some of these chats, they may have been started years ago and maybe they have just fizzled out and they're no longer active. So I do caution you with using this website as well as any others that you may find through doing a Google search. Let's go back to there, that just because this article was written in 2018 that these are some popular chats worth your time, just be aware that even in such a short time as just a few months ago, those chats could have become inactive. So in the tutorial today, I'll also be talking to you about how to try to ensure that a chat is still active. So let's go back to our assignment page, and let's just start with the first one. So let's say that you were going to be free Monday evening and you wanted to try to participate in EdTech chat. So I just copied that hashtag there, and I'm going to go to my Twitter page. I'm already logged in, and I'm going to search for that hashtag. Now, you'll always land on this top tweets page, but I would go to latest because if you go to the latest tweets about that hashtag, I think you're more likely to find current information. So what I would do is start scrolling through to see, can I find where anyone has tweeted about this chat for the week? Sometimes you will find that a user has tweeted trying to promote the chat, and maybe they will even tell you who the moderator of the chat is that week, because a lot of times the person who organizes the chat originally isn't always the same person who hosts it every week. Sometimes someone might organize a chat, but then each week they assign for a different user to actually lead the chat. So there could be a different host or moderator each week. So as I'm looking through here, I'm seeing that I'm not able to find who is actually going to be moderating this chat. And what I am finding though is that a lot of educators, you'll notice this too, a lot of educators use some of these really popular hashtags in their tweets when they're talking about education. And so even though it's not Monday at 7 p.m., I'm seeing that all during the week educators are using some of these popular hashtags. That is completely normal. But we actually want to find out who is hosting the chat this coming week. So another thing you could that you can do to try to find out who the host is to click on people. Now anyone who has that hashtag in their bio section will show up. And there are some times where educators will put popular hashtags in their bio, but more often what I find is that the organizer of that chat will list that in their bio section, as well as sometimes co-moderators who often moderate the chat will put that in their bio section. So just here I can see Alex is one of the moderators of this chat, and Susan is another moderator of the chat. And so either one of these people could potentially be the host for this week's chat. So I'm going to check out Alex's page first. I'm going to open this in a new tab, and I'm just going to scroll through it and see if he has tweeted recently about the upcoming chat. And what do you know? Here we go. Here he even has a fun graphic that he's uploaded to his tweet letting you know the chat is happening Monday. He put 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, which would be 7 p.m. for us. And that is what I had on my document, so that was all current. And he says that the topic this week will be building your personal learning network. And so this would be a wonderful chat for any educator to participate in. And I wanted to show you how I would use this information to set up my TweetDeck. Now, I also have these same steps listed here, how to participate in a Twitter chat using TweetDeck. So I'm going to bring up both screens here. Okay. Now, this tab over here, this is my TweetDeck. To get to this, let me just show you how easy it is. As long as you're logged into Twitter, you are actually already automatically logged into a website called TweetDeck. So let's say that we just Google TweetDeck. It's going to be this first link here, the one that's https://tweetdeck.twitter.com. So that's where we want to go, and this opens up the application of TweetDeck. Okay, let me see. I might need to make this a lot smaller. Don't worry that you might not be able to see the teeny tiny. Whoops, that was a little too small. The teeny tiny font here. I'll fix that. But just for now, I want you to be able to see my directions over here and then the TweetDeck over here. I'll make this bigger though in a minute. Now, when you first open up your TweetDeck, you may also have some columns preloaded. Let's just start with a blank slate though, and that's what I say here on step C. Remove any columns already loaded in your TweetDeck by clicking the symbol that looks like this and then clicking remove. So that's up here in the right hand corner, remove. This way you start with a blank canvas. Now step D, click on add column, notifications, and then click on add column. You will see likes, replies, and retweets of your tweets in the notifications column. So here's what that looks like. Add column, notifications, add column. And it did appear back there. I'll X off this so you can see. Now I'll be able to see anytime someone likes or replies to anything that I've tweeted. Let's go to step E. Type the hashtag for your chosen Twitter chat into the search bar. Be sure to type the hashtag symbol in front. Press the enter return button on your keyboard. This column will appear on your deck. This way you will see every tweet with that hashtag in it. And so our hashtag is hashtag EdTechChat. I recently searched for that, so it just popped up. But what you do is type in hashtag EdTechChat and then press the return button and it'll pop up for you. I don't need two of those though, so I'm going to get rid of one. Now we're ready for step F. If you know the Twitter handle, which is the username of the person who is leading the chat, follow these steps to add a column for their tweets. Otherwise, look for their questions in the search column. Now, we have a feeling that Alex Podchaski could be one of the Twitter hosts. So I'm going to add him as a user. To do that, it says we're going to add column, user, search for their username, and click add column. You could also just search for their name that they give. So I'm going to search for Alex Podchaski. There he is. I click on him, and then I click on add column, and it did put it in back there. All right, G says now in your search column you will see the first question appear. The question will be posted by the host of the Twitter chat. It will begin with Q1. To answer the question, use A1. This shows you are responding to question 1. For subsequent questions, you will use A2, A3, and so on. There are a few chats that don't use this format. The host just posts a question without a number. So if that's the case, you obviously don't have to include answer numbers. So let's see what's happening here. Okay, so let's say that Alex had just posted a question. It would appear here in the user column, and then it would also appear here in my search column, because anyone who's participating in the chat at 7 o'clock on Monday night is going to know to use this hashtag, and that way it will all show up here in this column. So let's say that Alex had just posted a question. To answer it, I would click on tweet, and then let's say his question began with Q1, I would begin with A1. I would type in my awesome answer, whatever I was saying to him, and then I would remember to include that hashtag at the end of it. Then I would click on tweet. If someone else has said something and I want to respond just to them, I wouldn't click on new tweet. I would actually go to their tweet. Let's say that Matthew Lynch had just posted something that I wanted to respond to. Let's make that a little bit bigger now. And let's say I wanted to respond to what he had said right here. I would click on this speech bubble, and then that's going to logistically put my tweet right underneath his tweet. He'll be able to see it, so I would type in whatever my answer or whatever my response to him is, and then I would also remember hashtag EdTechChat. Now, even though you're responding just to him, everyone here is going to be able to see this. So if you're ever just wanting to communicate directly with a Twitter user, you would need to send them a direct message, and that way just that person could see it. All right. Now, if the chat gets going and you're not seeing anything pop up here under Alex Podchasky in this user column, it could be that he isn't hosting the chat this week. So if that's the case, you're going to see that pretty quickly here in the search column. And so as soon as you see who is hosting the chat, you could actually get rid of Alex and then actually add whoever that user is. So let's say that the advocate was hosting this chat. You could very quickly click on add column, user, the advocate, and then add a column for them. So that's what I would do also if you search for a hashtag and you're looking all over Twitter and you just cannot find who is supposed to be hosting it. Then you just wouldn't start with a user column. Sometimes it's difficult to tell who's going to be hosting a chat. And so you would just have this search column here, and then as soon as you see someone pop up that says, "Hi, I'm hosting this chat," then you could very quickly add the column for just that person, because that will happen from time to time. Once you're done with the chat, you can just X off of here, and then once you are done with Twitter, of course, you can click on yourself and click on log out. So you don't actually log out of TweetDeck, but just as long as you're signed into Twitter, then you're automatically also signed into TweetDeck. All right, I hope that this tutorial was useful to you. Going back to those directions there, I have some popular, hopefully active chats listed here, but also on my Twitter this week, I am going to be posting anytime I hear about a Twitter chat that I think you might be interested in. I'm going to be posting it here on my personal Twitter. I posted about one already, and I will be posting about even more this week. So hopefully you'll be able to find at least one chat to participate in. That's my requirement. Just participate in one chat this week. I think post a minimum of 4 times, it says in the directions, and then you'll be talking about that experience on the discussion board. All right, good luck and have fun.